Speedway Road Trips.
Fair fa your honest sonty face, great chieftain o' the puddin' race, a binnama ye tak your place, Penge, Tripe or Therm.
Up there is Edinburgh in about 70 miles. And we're heading to see the Edinburgh Monarchs versus the Berwick Bandits today at Armadale. Armadale Stadium has hosted Speedway for, I think, 28 years now. It was built 85 years ago, 1939 I think was when they first started greyhound racing there. It's a quirky little place, as you'll see. Quirky off the track and on the track, because certainly a home advantage for the home riders there. Interestingly tonight though, quite a few ex-Edinburgh riders in the Berwick team, so that will make for interesting fodder certainly. But looking forward to showing you around. It's a nice day for it. Can't believe there's people online going, is it going to be on? It's not a Speedway meeting if somebody's not questioning if the weather's going to play a part, isn't it? So, Scotland there. England over there. Well, the border over there. We're right on the line. Let's go. It is a spectacular section of road, this part of the A1. Right on the cliff top. And if you come up on the train to Edinburgh, the train line is just down to the right on the tops of the cliffs, right above the North Sea. And I think we get about as close as we're going to get to it here. But it is a superb view. Can't see it on the camera right now so much. But look, there's a bus to Berwick.
Every road trip needs a decent soundtrack, and well, for this particular journey I thought, well, only one option, and you've got to get the Andy Stewart bangers on, haven't you? God.
Because it's nice to see the bonny captain lady swinging up above my knee. I love to wear the kilt because it's right up for me. I've just been down to London for to have a holiday. I've never been so far away from here. I've been a wild rover for many's a year, and I've spent all my money on whiskey and beer.
Friday rush hour. A1 just outside Edinburgh. I'm pretty sure the A1 doesn't look like this at the other end of it in London. Perfect day. Look at this, all good. But I know I might speak too soon, because yet we have to tackle the Edinburgh bypass. Now we've found the rush hour Friday night Edinburgh traffic. At least it's got a nice view.
And it is pretty easy to find. It's not far off the M8, pretty much between Edinburgh and Glasgow, so you could come up the west coast, up the M6 side, head to Glasgow and across, or up towards Edinburgh. Either way, you will find yourself before long at Armadale. It's well signposted from the motorway as well, and here's the stadium.
Now, this man here in the orange trousers, I'm sure we'll meet. He's called Mose. That's not his real name, that's what he's known as. But he's a bit of an Edinburgh legend and Berwick legend. I think he's machine examiner. Welcome then to Armadale Stadium, the home of the Edinburgh Monarchs. And there she is. As I say, this stadium's been in use since 1939, so it's actually its 85th year. Greyhound track originally, and that's the Greyhound track nearest us, behind that blue corrugated area, with the BSM booths on the Greyhound track effectively there. And then the Speedway track in the middle, and then another smaller track inside that for training and what have you. So it is quite a tight track, but it sort of rides fast. You don't really hear bikes slamming on into the corners, but there's certainly a knack to it, very much like maybe the same as say Monmore or something like that, but very different tracks. You speak to a rider who's ridden for Wolves and a rider who's ridden for Edinburgh, and they'll say that it's not the same. You can't just do the same thing. So there we are. It's quite a built-up area around the stadium, the other side of that. So they have a good arrangement with the neighbours. But Speedway has been here now for, I think this is his 28th year. 1997 they moved in here. And of course Edinburgh over the years have had many different homes really. Powderhall, Meadowbank, to name a couple. My grandma comes from Edinburgh, or came from Edinburgh. She's not with us anymore. And it was actually her that got us into Speedway, going my family into Speedway, I suppose. by going to Edinburgh in the 1940s. And they used to have massive crowds, thousands and thousands of people would turn up, and I think that was at Powderhall. So, yeah, historic club. There's Mose. How you doing, Mose?
I'm doing fine, aye.
We're coming on our little video. Yeah, good.
Aye. Bring on the weather,
Look at this in the sun.
Well, I always say that the sun always shines on the righteous.
And it's on you.
Well, thanks very much, you wouldn't believe this. Yesterday, I saw some hailstones yesterday.
Did you?
I did, aye.
Wow.
But, nah. And saying that, it could get colder later on tonight.
I heard on the radio coming in it's going to be -1 later.
Well, if they say -1, so be it. But as long as the the frost doesn't set into the shale, we should be okay.
How long have you been at Edinburgh? How long have you worked
I've been I followed Speedway since I was 5-year-old. I got involved after I was sidecar racing 70, 79, 80.
Yeah.
And I 45 years anyway. Been doing Edinburgh, and then I went to Berwick. I was asked to go to Berwick temporary, and I've only been there 35 years.
Only? Not quite qualified for the Spitfire yet.
Nah, but it was John Campbell got me involved in the first place, and through my racing experience, through my engineering experience, and just running about bikes and competition and this sort of stuff. That's why I was asked to do the job in the first place.
So you are the machine examiner here and at Berwick. So we see.
Well, so I'm told.
That's the rumour.
But I just love being around the bikes. Same as you.
Oh yeah, we all enjoy. Once you it's a bit of a drug, isn't it? Once you're here, you can't give it up.
Well, you just got a buzz, and okay then if there was no racing happening, and just when you arrive here, the buzz gets hotter and hotter all the time. Yeah. Like putting another bit of coal on at the fire.
Isn't it?
Of course it is.
Have you got any Scottish poems you can quote for us? Just because it's the first. It's a special occasion. It's the first fixture of the year.
I'll give a wee bit Robert Burns here.
Oh, no.
Fair fa your honest sonsy face, great chieftain o' the puddin' race, a binna ye tak your place, pinch, tripe or therm. We'll argue whether a grace as long as my erm. Well, that's the first part of Address to a Haggis.
Fantastic.
And I never even mentioned Bert Harkins.
Amazing, thanks, Mose. What a legend, Mose. Tremendous. So here is the track. And this is where the riders, I think, usually come out to go out. So there we are. As I say, not the biggest, but it's got a lot of room on it. This is the start-finish straight. Referee's box is up there. And then they've got this bar here, which has got loads of Speedway memorabilia in it. Scarves from all over the world. Different teams, people have visited, or people who have visited from there have come over here. And then there's plenty of seating. So there's seats here. This is the third and fourth bend. And there's a bit of hospitality up there. And it is their first home meeting of the season, this one now. So maybe a few extra preparations going on at this minute. This is a favourite spot for a lot of the home fans. Good view of everything. And then look at this. This is like all the legends, the ones that have actually won league titles. There's some great names on here. Look at 2010. And then 2014, you know, what a team they had. You know, Craig Cook, Max Frick, Sam Masters, Justin Sedgman, Steve Worrell. You'd take that team now. And there's a little outdoor standy bit here. There's loads of places you can stand. There's just the back straight really that's closed, that's all. So yeah, a little seating area here as well. I bet you get a good view here actually. Yeah, it's not a bad view. I could handle that.
So preparations underway before the meeting, the Berwick Bandits and the Edinburgh Monarchs riders all arriving and getting their tyres on, which is one of the first jobs in the pits. And then for me, it's BSN duty, recording the track walk with Adam Roynan and in this one with Josh Pickering. And as you can see, it was a fairly chilly day at the start of the season. You can tell that because Picco's just come back from Australia and he's got his gloves on. And it was actually a reasonably warm day for everyone else, but not for Pico. Anyway, here's a little bit of Pico and his thoughts on the quirks and the tricks to riding the Armadale circuit.
This used to be a bit of a ploughed field. As you can see, the concrete here, like that was all hidden as once upon a time. I feel like even when I come here in 2017, that was all but built up with the grass, you know, so it was a lot more severe, and when you were on it, you did, you know, feel it hit you. I feel like that was down to, back in the day, the Doc, Bridget, used to do the track, and he obviously done Wolves as well, so they always had the Carlson corridor and things like that, and I feel like it was more down to that. But since Gordon's sort of been involved, that sort of hasn't been, you know, as effective, but in the same breath, it don't really affect me in any way. So it is a tricky corner though, this one. If you do find yourself in the wrong spot, you can be very vulnerable very quickly. Like you can come around feeling as if you've got pace, but if you're, you know, a metre either side of where you probably should be, it does open up a lot of options.
Is it one of them tracks where if you make a mistake in one corner, how long does it take you to get your momentum back? Can it be instant because it's so small? Or
yeah, I feel like, again, it's obviously how your bike's set up as well. Mine's always quite, you know, short and sharp, and it does get me to where I want to be. Is that an aggressive? Yeah, in a way. Like I sort of like to ride my bike at its full potential. Where, you know, if you've got it too aggressive, it's hard to ride on a track like this. So I try and make it calm and easier to ride, but then I ride it as hard as I possibly can. So if you do have it in the other way around, you can find yourself in a bit of trouble at times. But look, it's our first home match of the season. I can't. I know I have been here for many years, and I'm sort of taking that same mentality in of what I've learned over the years. But today is a new day, and we're just going to have to take it race by race and just see how it develops. But just looking at it now, it does look enjoyable, and it shows why I've chosen to come back here.
Great insight from Josh Pickering. Let's have a look in the referee's box at Armadale then, because it's an area that fans don't often get to see. Bit of a press gantry first, and then here is the referee's office, I guess you'd say. And, quite a few switches there to control things, from the tapes, the lights, the exclusion lights, the 2 minutes, and there's the view the referee has from his little perch in the box. And then it was on to the racing, of course, and decent meeting actually between the two sides, with Edinburgh having the advantage on the evening, but the aggregate bonus point, of course, was very important. This was a BSN Series match, so Cup qualification was very much riding on it, and this was the heat where the deal was sealed by the Edinburgh Monarchs, getting a 5-1 in heat number 13 to get the points on the board. Josh Pickering and Justin Sedgman there combining to get the 5-1. And then after that, my job was, after finishing doing the commentary on BSN, go and find some riders to talk to in the pits. And only one way to do that, that's head into the pit bays and see if you can drag them out and cajole them over to say a few wise words. And, that man again, Josh Pickering, was the man who rose to the challenge. And we dragged him over for a quick chat. And here were his thoughts after that clash with Berwick.
Yeah, definitely. It's what we come here for. It's very important to always win at home and show a bit of dominance there.
And with that all done and dusted, we can pack up and go home and head on the 3-hour journey back to the northeast for me. And that was a Speedway road trip to Armadale. If you're in the area, head over to Armadale, check out Edinburgh Speedway, the race on most Friday nights.
Speedway Road Trips.